The United States of America now has a king, with a Supreme Court ruling 6-3 that the president has total immunity from criminal prosecution for official acts, but not unofficial ones. Though they also failed to define what an official act is and sent it to a lower court to decide. And that decision will likely be appealed right back to the Supreme Court. And with this, you had Sotomayor dissenting, saying, this new official acts immunity now lies about like a loaded weapon for any president that wishes to place his own interests, his own political survival, or his own financial gain above the interests of the nation. When he uses his official powers in any way, under the majority's reasoning, he now will be insulated from criminal prosecution. Orders the Navy's SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival? Immune. Organizes a military coup to hold on to power? Immune. Takes a bribe in exchange for a pardon? Immune, immune, immune. The relationship between the president and the people he serves has shifted irrevocably. In every use of official power, the president is now a king above the law and finishing. Never in the history of our republic has a president had reason to believe that he would be immune from criminal prosecution if he used the trappings of his office to violate the criminal law. Moving forward, however, all former presidents will be cloaked in such immunity. If the occupant of that office misuses official power for personal gain, the criminal law that the rest of us must abide by will not provide a backstop. With fear for our democracy, I dissent.
Things younger than Joe Biden and Donald Trump. Bill Clinton, the country of India, diamonds on engagement rings, color TV, the U.S. interstate highway system, the U.S. states of Alaska and Hawaii, birth control pills, Walmart, pineapple on pizza, legal interracial marriage, calling 911, high fives, the last French guillotine execution, CNN, ciabatta bread, and over 95% of the U.S. population.
As a queer person myself, I feel like I've become an expert on telling when other people are queer. Before I came out as a trans man, I came out as a lesbian. It took me a while to dole out the information to everyone in my life, but I told my sister about my then girlfriend while we were walking to art class together. She said, okay, so you're a lesbian? And I said, yeah, I think so. She paused for a second and said, okay, well, just so you know, I'm not bi. Which was really confusing because I never said she was. I said okay and moved on, but then in the following years, my sister developed a strong special interest in The Sims 4. By the way, that's suspicious on its own because I've never known a single straight person who played The Sims, but I digress. She played it every single day, and then one time I looked over at her screen and saw that all of her Sims were lesbians. She had maybe 100 Sims in her world, and they were all girls coupled up together. Okay, sure, maybe she's just an ally. But my suspicions grew the more that I saw her mysteriously befriend every bi girl in our school in the way she would obsess over certain anime girls, namely Urza from Fairy Tail. I didn't want to out her, of course, so I kinda just kept to myself. That is until she recently came out as bi and asexual. My parents have officially given up hope on having any grandchildren. The bloodline ends with us. If there are any asexual sapphics from Texas, ages 22 to 24, my sister is available. Anyways, let me know in the comments if you have a gay sibling or if you are the gay sibling, and have a great day.
We've been seeing all over the news all the craziness that's happening on college campuses, especially at UCLA, so I decided to come here for myself. Do you mind if I interview?
I'm not going to talk to media.
Excuse me, do you guys want to tell me what's going on here?
No, sorry.
They won't speak to me. No one will speak to me.
There's a desk over there with me.
I've spoken to them. They won't speak to me. I'm just trying to understand what you're protesting. For some reason, no one from your guys' team will let you guys speak, and I don't know why you guys can't speak to me.
Is she
and
crying?
This is so intimidating and scary for you guys to be standing here. I literally have walked around for the past 2 hours just asking peaceful questions like, what's going on here today? Why are you guys here? And no one can speak to me. And you guys are laughing. I don't understand how this is funny. I genuinely wanted to learn from you, and I wish we could have ended in a hug. That's actually what I hope from this. That's my dream from all of this, that we can understand each other.
I think we need more barricade, guys.
That's the most genuine example of crocodile tears that I've ever seen before.
She pulled up and said, I had a dream.
I've never seen anything like this, a well-organized protest.
She pulled up to milk these protesters for content and started crying when she couldn't get it.
Well, because she realized the bag, she's going to lose out on the bag for this.
And she said this is intimidation or this is intimidating all you just standing here. It's like, dog, these are 19-year-olds that probably get nervous to talk on the phone to buy a pizza.
And it's also like, you're getting nervous standing here. You're saying you're scared right now. Turn around.
I'm a small government conservative. That means I think the president should be an emperor who can commit as many crimes as he wants. I'm a small government conservative. That's why I think every public official should be able to take bribes to affect their decisions. I'm a small government conservative. That's why I think every vagina is between a woman, her doctor, and the Republican judge giving her a $10,000 fine. It's not like we can trust you with that thing. I'm a small government conservative. The state should imprison you if you don't have a home. I mean, jail cells are more comfortable than park benches, am I right? I'm a small government conservative. That's That's why I think the government should dictate who I sleep with. You know what they say, it's not consent if Ted Cruz can't watch. I'm a small government conservative. That's why I love corporate oligarchy. It's what Thomas Jefferson would have wanted. I'm a small government conservative. Jesus should be in every classroom, and our children should pledge allegiance to a flag every morning. That's normal. You can probably tell by now, but I'm a small government conservative. And I can't wait to see my enemies in a gulag. That will never backfire on me. Right, guys? Guys? Guys?
You might want to hold your stuffed animal's hand for this one, but if you can figure out that the government is lying about the fact they are perpetrating in the land of olives, you should also figure out now that they lied about the pandemic being over. Please continue to wear N95s in all public spaces.
Excuse me. Yes? Your hat is really offensive. Oh, I'm sorry that you think I care. What did you just say? I said, I'm sorry that you think I care. I heard you. I just can't believe you would wear that. Oh, okay. Actually, I think I have something right here that I can change into. Thank you. That's so rude. What's rude is indiscriminately unaliving a besieged population that's mostly children. What about the hostages? Are you referring to the thousands of Palestinian hostages, including hundreds of children, being held in Israeli military prisons without any charges? Or are you referring to the roughly 100 Israeli hostages that are currently being blown up by their own military? Well, Hamas started it. Yeah, and I'm ending this conversation. Bye-bye, fascist.
Oh my gosh. Now everybody's ganging up against me. For what? What the fuck did I do?
I'm trying to take it a pound. I'm trying to lay that pussy down on the ground. If I was a bad bitch, I wanna fuck me too. I wanna suck me too.
Where's the apartheid?
This right here is Route 4370, nicknamed Apartheid Road, because one side is for Israelis and the other for Palestinians. It allows for illegal Israeli settlers to quickly and easily go between their illegal settlements in the West Bank and Jerusalem, while Palestinians require a permit and need to go through checkpoints. This is Al-Shahadat Road in the Palestinian city of Al-Khalil, also nicknamed Apartheid Road, because Palestinians are quite literally not allowed to use it, while Israeli cars, illegal settlers, and tourists can. Also, the Israeli military randomly imposes curfews and restricts Palestinians' movement around their own homes and neighborhoods. Here are a plethora of checkpoints that Palestinians are subjected to for their most mundane daily tasks and routines, like for work, medical care, education, or religious purposes. And of course, Israelis don't have to go through these. This is a swimming pool in an illegal settlement in the West Bank with water supply roughly 4 times greater than that provided to Palestinian communities, 180 of which don't have access to running water. And what does this lead to? Drying up of the wells, the collapse of farming villages, disappearing crops, and their basic daily needs are not being met. So while illegal settlers are sometimes just a few hundred meters away enjoying swimming pools, Palestinians become forced to work for these settlers who control all of the agriculture. Or Palestinians are forced to move, so just another form of ethnic cleansing. So on top of living under a brutal occupation and harsh military rule, Palestinians are in a vicious cycle of poverty and unemployment. Not to mention, they live under constant threat of house demolitions because they don't have the proper permits. And when they do apply for the proper permits, Israel denies 98% of those applications. Just another thing illegal Israeli settlers don't have to endure. So yeah, there's a little bit of apartheid for you.
Say you good, but he lied. You run to Atlanta when you need a few dollars. No, you're not a colleague, you a fucking colonizer. The family matter and the truth of the matter. It was God's plan to show y'all the liar. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
I love my berries and cream, but you know what I would love more? The loving touch of a woman.
This tweet has been starting some discourse lately, so let's talk about it. If you didn't know already, the wonderful Megan Thee Stallion has just recently launched a new album, and you should go listen to it. And within this album, along with many of her other songs, Megan talks about some bisexual themes. Usually it's things like, you know, I got a nigga, I got a bitch, I'm a banana, they got a split. In her newest song, Broke His Heart, she raps, I like girls and I like niggas, both of them getting 8. Which you would think would be a huge W for the LGBT community, because Megan Thee Stallion? But if you've been a fan for a while, you know that Megan has been openly bisexual, especially on her tour. But after this lyric dropped, and there were some posts on Twitter, Megan has been facing some backlash as people saying that she is bisexual for a fan base. But the bigger issue here is how a lot of black artists, or artists of color in general, are heavily policed in their sexuality. I had some moods break this down in a really great way. You had artists like Tyler, the Creator, Doja, Cardi B, Nicki, Megan, who all have said that they're bisexual, but everyone wants them to prove it in some way, shape, or form. But in the same breath, these people will, you know, pioneer cis-het white women as the queer icons, even though we know they're straight and they have never once ever claimed any bisexuality. A great example of this is Taylor Swift. I have been seeing, like, Taylor Swift is secretly bisexual or secretly lesbian theories for, like, over 10 years now. And even though she has never once claimed this, no one is like critiquing her or saying she's a fake bisexual, because we know she's not, even though people are theorizing that she is. But then you have these black artists who are like, hey, yep, I'm bi, and everyone's like, you can't be bisexual, you're faking it, you just want a new fan base, let me see you kiss a girl then. More examples of this, Harry Styles, someone who's never explicitly said that they were bisexual or queer, and yet they are also being shown as a queer icon. Megan, or any other bisexual woman who decides that they just never will date women, are still bisexual. And who knows, maybe Megan is dating a woman and just wants to keep it under wraps because you guys are so weird. For example, I'm pretty sure that Phoebe Bridgers is also bisexual but has only ever dated men. And yet, people have taken her into the community with open arms. This is just a reminder that black people are and can be queer. And no, they do not have to prove it to you. Matter of fact, go thank your local black bisexual because they're probably doing more for the community than you ever will. Have a great day.
Let's just cut to the chase. I am extremely disabled. I've been disabled my entire life. I came out of the womb, boom, disabled. The list of things that annoy me because I'm disabled, through the roof. Longest list ever. But by far, one of the most annoying things that I don't hear people talk about too often about living life with a disability is the overlap between luxury products and products that are for accessibility. It is exceedingly clear that as time goes on, society is regarding accessibility as a type of luxury. And hear me out. Self-driving cars, walk-in showers, first-class seats on a plane, those toothbrushes that vibrate in a way that it's basically brushing your teeth for you. All of these things that are like luxury products for the average person are things that are almost a necessity for those with disabilities. If I want to travel at all by plane, because of my disability, I need the space that a first-class seat would give me. I cannot travel without that space, and that is purely medical. So in order to travel, I have to fork over like 5 to 7 times the amount of a normal ticket just to be able to fly. And that's ridiculous. A lot of times luxury products are essentially there so that people have to do less, right? Like my voice activated lights so that I can turn on my own lights were super expensive. And that's just like kind of silly. Like, people with disabilities should be able to turn on their own lights or take a comfortable shower or, again, travel at all without having to pretend like, you know, we're billionaires. Not only all that, but people with disabilities tend to live on low income against their will, by the way, and so they can't afford, you know, a $100 toothbrush. But that $100 toothbrush would make their lives so much easier. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I don't know what to do about this, but Elon Musk, if you're watching this, I just feel like this falls to you. Sorry, your move.